Now, there was an article that I've discovered doing research from a little while back, like maybe a year or so ago, and it's in Forbes, of all places. So, what I'm about to say, it's not some Libby commie fucking rag somewhere that, just putting up shit that that progressives want to hear. So, this is coming from Forbes, and it's saying that, people are working multiple jobs all across the country in record numbers, apparently. Like, excuse me, where, when they used to have one job that paid good enough, not quite middle class level wages, but, enough to where you can pay the rent, food on the table, all that good stuff. And they'd work maybe 40 hours a week, maybe 45 to 50. They wanted a little extra. This is like, 10, 15, 20 years ago. Whereas now, just to make that same kind of money, they have to work 2 and 3 jobs, which is something that we've been saying for a while. We just never really had many numbers. And that's why I was like, wait a minute, because everybody keeps touting the fucking numbers in unemployment. And let alone, let's not even forget that, hey, back when Obama was president, he ignored the real numbers and everyone else was like, no, it's actually unemployment isn't that low. There's a bunch of people that don't, that stopped looking, blah, 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 on and on again. And that those same people, now that Trump's in office, they're like, oh, hey, look at the unemployment number. Great. They're awesome. What's the big deal? And they completely act like they weren't these people going, no, they aren't the real numbers. It's just flip-flopped on it. But never mind that. But even Democrats sometimes don't even go, no, it's not the real numbers. They're just like, yeah, I guess it is a good economy, but, whatever. They have to come up with some other way to attack the president. When I'm like, no, like, because I know as a working person who actually did this shit for a while, there's people, I guarantee you, a lot of those numbers come about because they're counting people 2 and 3 times sometimes. I guarantee you, it's all the jobs. And then they go, well, they must be all done by one person all the way around. No, I guarantee you, there's a good amount of people that are working 2 of them, 2 part-timers to equal a full-time, or there's people that work a full-time and then 2 part-times. However it works out where you have the time to do it, that's how you got to do it to make ends meet, because people get paid such shit, It's not able to make ends meet. And that's the way it's been for years. At least ever since the last recession, where, and even before then, people's wages have been, flatlining altogether. But at least with this article now from Forbes, again, Forbes, they got no reason to lie about this. At least now you know that when people try to act like, oh, no, it's a great economy because there's so many people that are employed. Like, dude, first of all, it's not the real number. The U6, I think I believe it is. It's not the real number. And a lot of those jobs are done by people working 2 and 3 of them. So, you can't simply divide it by 2 or 3, and that's the real employment number. But, I guarantee if we did a real in-depth situation or dive into the numbers, dude, the economy's not that good. And a whole lot of people are killing themselves, literally killing themselves with exhaustion, working so goddamn much just to make ends meet, not to succeed, not to do better or well or any of that nonsense. No, just to make ends meet. That's why so many people can't even afford a $400 emergency. That's why, I forget the exact stat, but Jimmy Dore says it all the time about how like half or more of the people don't even make fucking 30 grand in this country. That's crazy. So, I mean, we're due for a crash just simply from the standpoint that all our businesses are hurt. And they all talk about this, how they're like, how come people aren't buying? How do we make more sale? Why is our growth flatlining? Because the people that you normally relied on over time to buy your shit don't have the money because no one pays them shit anymore. So at the very least, $15 minimum wage would help significantly. That's not the be all end all, but that would at least start getting people to not just be this far away from fucking heartbreak and destruction of their economic lives. being thrown out on their ass because they can't pay rent. So, and I don't want to hear this bullshit like George Bush either. Too many people still say that and think this way, where they go, huh, you work 2 and 3 jobs. That's uniquely American. With a big fucking smile on his stupid ass face. Yeah, go fuck yourself, asshole. Shouldn't be that way. The way it should be is each person works 1 full-time job, maybe 32 to 40 hours a week, however much, maybe even a little more, but they get paid more than enough. They're not going to be rich, but they're going to be able to fucking not just make ends meet, but live comfortably. And then, if you really want to fucking go that above and beyond extra mile, have another extra part-time job or take on extra hours. But that's for people that really want to, not you shouldn't have to like it is now. That's a load of bullshit, and that's what needs to change. Start electing people that aren't trying to fuck you over in the name of big business.